It's that time again, folks. Welcome to Daytona International Speedway here live on NASCAR Heat 5. 24 drivers have gathered here for the 7th annual NASCAR Daytona 300 here in these Xfinity cars. No custom setups. The race distance has been cut in half to 50%, but the fuel and tire wear has been bumped up to double. Trey Hollywood in the 36 car is on the pole for this race. Our in-race reporters, Alex Tesdahl, Aiden Cody, both telling us simultaneously that we have a yellow on the racetrack, second caution of the day. It's a big field, folks, and the old-time drivers, the long-time drivers are still here. They're back again for another season, but we've also got some new faces as well. Joining us here tonight in the broadcast booth, former NASCAR Novice Cup Series champion Alex Tesdahl, former NASCAR World Championship race winner Aiden Cody. Thanks a bunch to both of you for joining us. This is going to be an excellent show. As I mentioned, Trey Hollywood on the pole. He's led almost every lap since the drop of the green flag. Stage 1, a very short stage. The entire event is kind of short in a sense, 60 laps and only 14 laps in stage 1 to negotiate your way to the front and get some stage points. We're green again. They're heading towards turn 1. I am NOSSCAR CEO and founder Tyler McMurder. Kick back, relax, grab a cold can of soda, ignore my voice crack, and enjoy the show.
Or a hot chocolate, maybe not.
Oh goodness, that was horrible. And they are 2x2. There's a little bit of swerving going on. It kind of looks like some of these drivers are struggling for grip early in the going here, but nevertheless, the inside line's going to get the advantage down the back straight away. Outside line being led by the 16 of Aiden Cody, looking for help, and he's got it. A couple of new faces up there in line with him. And how about KJ Tiger here running in second, a new driver here in NASCAR, making his debut here tonight for the Daytona 300, looking to make big things happen here for Juicy J Motorsports. That Toyota program has been solid for the last 3 years, fielding full-time drivers to the playoffs in each and every one of those seasons. Contact deeper in the field, it was the 07 car and a couple of others. I didn't see who the other car was. It all happened fairly quickly, and some of these drivers are now in danger of losing the draft, and we're getting word it was Aiden Cody in the 16 that was involved in that as well. The top 12 cars, maybe 13 there, trying to separate themselves from the rest of the field, but it's Jordan Roughton back there trying to close the gap back up. Actually, check that, folks. It's not Jordan Roughton, it's actually Cooper Metcalf running 14th, trying to lead that second group back up to the first one. And there's Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61 car. Got 2 wins this year in the NASCAR World Championship on F122. When I say this year, I should say 2023. This is round 1 for the 2024 season. Got a bit of a NASCAR tradition here. We always kick off the seasons for MotorMaster and trucks in December before the holidays. Maybe take that 2-week holiday break and then get back at it in January. Some of our crown jewel events throughout the 2024 season will be broadcasted here on the NASCAR Series Racing YouTube channel. There is Jordan Roughton in the 54 running in 4th. A lot of the Juicy J Motorsports Toyotas positioned very well here at the beginning of this race, running 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Josh Colombiez in the 7 car running in 5th, former NASCAR Legend Series champion. Justin Franklin stuck in a bit of traffic here in the 90. Whoa, the 94, Kenny Adair. I don't know what happened there. It kind of looked like something let go on the car, but he appears to still be up to full speed. He's going to keep on going, but lost a spot to Dustin Franklin and the driver of the 07 and Cooper Metcalf as well. We're going to throw it down to in-race reporter Alex Tesdahl, driver of the 22 Ford Mustang. Alex, we know you lost the draft. It wasn't your own doing, that's for sure. So it's looking doubtful for you to get stage points in stage 1, but nevertheless, how is it out there for you, and what's the vibe been like? It's a big field of 24 drivers.
It's relatively tame for how big the field is, but a few guys are lagged, and that's making it a bit hairy at times.
Yeah, 10-4 on that. Throwing it over to Aiden Cody, in-race reporter, driving the 16. Chevy was up there battling for the lead a bit ago and now is settled in just barely outside the top 10, but in the lead pack. How's it feel for you out there? It looks pretty wild and dicey where you're running.
It's pretty chaotic right now. Everyone's swooping, weaving. Don't know if I'm leaving.
It's a big field. It's Daytona. It's the first race back, so everybody's going to be rusty. Oh, we've got some contact, and there's a crash. The 07 Slinky Rad making his debut here in the NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series. Oh, and Alex Tesdall in the 22 car. I don't believe he had control anymore because I think the caution had come out, but that was a hard hit on our screens. And for the viewers here at home, they saw the 22 come in and clobber that machine, and we are under caution for the third time in this race.
That will also end the stage.
Okay, 10-4, thank you for letting us know. And this means that the stage win goes to Trey Hollywood, our pole sitter, in that number 36 car. KJ Tiger's going to finish in second. Looks like Agent 25 going to finish in third. Jordan Rout in fourth. Josh Colombiez fifth. Top five get the stage points. Stage winner gets to that valuable playoff point, and you got to wonder how many of these drivers are already thinking points and thinking big picture, but I guarantee you most of them are going for that win, going for the big trophy here, trying to get this crown jewel. Green flag is out for stage two. We're guaranteed a first-time NOSSCAR Daytona 300 winner. No previous winners entering tonight's event. Contact deeper in the field. Looked like it was Kenny Adair in the 94. He's in danger now of losing the draft of the leaders. Cooper Metcalf did a great job missing him. So did Dustin Franklin. The outside line is really pulling now down the back straightaway. And it must have been a different car that I saw deeper in the field making the move, because Dustin Franklin's actually up here mixing it up in this outside line of the 90 car. And your race leader is Connor Bullhue in the number 92. One career win here in the NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series. Also found victory lane in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series. Three career NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series wins for Jordan Roughton. He runs in second. Trey Hollywood just behind him in the 36 car. And a yellow on the racetrack. Didn't see what happened at all. Throwing it down to in-race reporter Aiden Cody. What did you see, buddy?
A bunch of stacking up, and next thing I saw, and a 6 car go around and caught me. So. And there we go.
The crown jewel event here, 7th annual NOSSCAR Daytona 300. Again, folks, 24 drivers, the first race back. Everyone's going to be a little bit rusty, and when you have a new breed, another generation of drivers coming in and joining these drivers that have been here racing for about 3 to 6 years, they don't know their tendencies. They don't know how they should be racing them. They don't know exactly what they're capable of or what they're likely to do out there, what line they're going to take or anything like that. So there's a lot of learning going on as these drivers get to know each other. The green flag back in the air. We are still rolling here now in stage 2. Top 5 get those stage points, being led by the 92 of Connor Bullhue.
89's a little bit loose.
Jordan Roughton, Trey Hollywood, KJ Tiger, second, third, and fourth. 19 is up on the outside, looking to get a push. Sean Lucas in the 1 car cracks the top 5 for the first time in this race. Black and white number 1 Chevy Camaro. Agent 25 is going to lose a couple of spots here, but he's going to get back to the bottom just in front of the 2-time NASCAR World Champion on F1 games, and that's Landon Jenkins in that number 10. Slinky Rad in the 07 is right there with them. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in this lead group as well. Looks like a lead group of about 12 cars separating themselves from the rest of the field. If we go green from here to the end of stage 2, it's not looking like anybody else outside of that top 12 or 13 is going to have a shot at stage points. I don't think that any of these secondary groups, these smaller groups here, they don't have enough cars to line up and make a charge towards the leaders, especially since the leaders are continuing to run single file since the restart. I think that they kind of understand that they have a big opportunity to only have to deal with a couple of cars for these stage points rather than the entire field. They're keeping it clean right now. Might have even learned a thing or two from the 3 cautions we've had so far in this race. Trying to keep their car in one piece. Track position. Throwing it down to in-race reporter Alex Tesdall, former NOSCAR. Oh, we're gonna put a hold on that. We've got a crash in turns 3 and 4. The 07 came up the track and into another car. And I don't know how they saved it. They lost the draft with the leaders, and now they've been caught by the second pack here. There goes Aiden Cody and Harold Burden. Rush Downing in the 44. They're going to drive on by and bring the 6 car with them. The 6 car actually leading that group, and that's Connor Brown. And that got dicey. Now we're going to throw it down to the in-race reporter, Alex Tesdall. Alex, what's the game plan from this point forward? What's everybody trying to do? Everyone trying to get that track position maybe for the final stage?
That's my hope, trying to get some track position here, but it's not been easy.
And what do you think the biggest challenge has been so far in this race? Because we've seen a lot of drivers that always have a chance to win at Daytona stuck outside the top 10 for a lot of this race.
It's like it's been a lot of 2x2 and dicing around. It's like, it's hard to time the runs good when everyone's trying to do it at the same time.
Yeah, 10-4 on that. It looks wild from up here in the broadcast booth. Good luck to you the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Throwing it over to Aiden Cody in the 16, and now we've got more contact there. 1 second here. Landon Jenkins in the 10 came over into the side of the 19 of Agent 25, and I think Agent's going to lose the draft here with the leaders. He's going to fall back into the hands of the second group of cars, and that's only going to help them run down the leaders. Throwing it now over to the in-race reporter driving the 16 Chevy, Aiden Cody. Aiden's a former NASCAR World Championship race winner with us on the F1 games, former winner here in the MotorMaster series as well. Aiden, do you think you've got enough cars and enough speed to run down the leaders before the end of stage 2?
Probably. There's like a 0.1 chance, but it could happen.
How many laps to go?
3?
Oh yeah, I can see why the odds are low. I thought we had a handful more laps left than that. Good luck to you the rest of the way. We'll let you go get them. 3 to go. 2 to go at the line, if I'm not mistaken. We'll get an update on that.
2 to go.
10-4. Pit road is closed. 2 laps to go. There's 1 car in front of the leaders they might catch before the end of the stage to put them a lap down. The good news for the driver of that machine is they're going to be the first car 1 lap down. I believe it's Emily Sari in the number 8 Chevy Camaro. She's got some front end damage that she received on the restart. A lap and a half to go. Now they go into turn 3. KJ is taking a look up onto the outside. He's getting a push from Trey Hollywood in the 36. For a second, it looked like KJ was going to get back in line on the inside and then changed his mind and went back to the top. Landon Jenkins in the 10 is going with them as well. The white flag is in the air the next time by. They will see the green and white checkers to signal the end of stage 2. Connor Bulahue in the 92 continues to lead. And now Emily Sari goes up, lets the leaders go on by to sell it out here for the stage win. And a big run now to the outside by the 39 of Aaron Garcia. Couldn't quite get there. Aaron Garcia, the defending NASCAR MotorMaster Series champion, tried to make a run, had no help, couldn't quite do it. Green and white checkered flag in the air. Connor Bulahue takes stage 2. Jordan Routen's going to finish in second in the 54 car. The 89 of Alan Richardson having a great run. He spent most of this race in the top 10, top 8. He finishes third. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. fourth. Sean Lucas in fifth. And how about the longtime NASCAR driver getting third in stage 2? Alan Richardson making a return here to the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. Started with us back on the NASCAR 15 Victory Edition game. Josh Colm-Diaz finishes just outside the top 5, misses the stage points. Jeffrey Robinson Jr., 2 wins for the World Championship in 2023, and strong seasons on his NASCAR Heat 5 program as well. Just barely misses out there. Restart zone. The green flag is in the air. We are rocking and rolling for the final stage, and forgive me folks, I just made an error there. Jeffrey did receive points in stage 2. He did not miss out on anything. He's doing a great job here in tonight's event. 24 drivers started this race, 22 cars left on the racetrack, and now the 89 car, Alan Richardson, got forced at a line, went up and hit the outside wall, came back down into a couple of other cars. They hold on to it, but they're still 3 and 4 wide deeper in the field. That was wild, that was interesting, and that really cost Alan Richardson a lot of track position. He is now outside of the top 15 and going to need a caution to catch back up, but we might get one here. Jeffrey Robinson Jr., I think it was, came over and hit Trey Hollywood in the 36. Trey went up and hit the outside wall. Everybody had to check up to avoid running into the back of him. And they held on to it. We stay green, but the pole sitter and stage 1 winner, Trey Hollywood, loses a ton of track position. He's going to need to get that back. Good news for him is he's still in the draft. I think about 19 cars are still in this huge pack here. Actually, kind of looks like about 20 or 21 now. Connor Bulahue continues to lead. Jordan Routen, Aaron Garcia, KJ, and Jeffrey Robinson Jr., your top 5. The inside line's got the advantage. Looks like Connor Brown in the 6, getting a good push from Sean Lucas in the 1. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 is down on the bottom as well. Kenny Adair in the 94, former NASCAR Truck Series champion back in 2018. Up into the top 10 yet again, and bringing Jeffrey Robinson Jr. and Harold Burden in the 85 car with them. Landon Jenkins in the 10, Rush Downing in the 44. Agent 25 in the 19, back up there in the lead group. All of these drivers still with a great chance to win this race, and don't look now, folks, but that second group of cars is flying, being led by, I believe it's Dustin Franklin in the 90 car, and he's getting a great push from Alex Tesdall in the 22. And if you ask a lot of drivers, Alex should have arguably won the Daytona Beach 500 last year. Looking to make a bold statement here for round 1 of the MotorMaster Series season. He's catching up to the leaders, giving a great push to Dustin Franklin. They've got help in that second group. Trey Hollywood, another super speedway ace, is in that second group as well, trying to rally back with these drivers. But for now, it's Connor Bulahue still continuing to lead. We are in the final stage at Daytona International Speedway. Oh, and a bit of a moment there for Rush Downing. Rush went up and nearly found the outside wall. Looked like the car wiggled. I don't know if he got help or not, but he lost a couple of spots, and now he's in a bit of danger of losing the draft with the lead pack I think he's about 3 or 4 car lengths behind the last car, and I think that's going to be enough to save him. And it does. He's still there. Agent 25 now in a bit of trouble here in the 19 car. Now he's done the same thing. He goes to the back of this lead pack, and they're kind of just leapfrogging each other at this point in time. Kenny Adair in the 94. It's kind of his turn now. It looked like there was contact between he and another car. Might have been Harold Burton in the 85. Excuse me, check that. It might have actually been Rush Downing or Aiden Cody, 44 or 16. They were both right there. It's a wild race for the NOSSCAR Daytona 300 win, 7th annual NOSSCAR Daytona 300 in these Xfinity cars. No custom setups. The race distance cut in half, but the fuel and tire wear has been doubled. Damage on, no driving assists. All flags on. It's go time for the 2024 season. After this, we have a 2-week holiday break, but we will also be bringing you live flag-to-flag coverage of the NOSSCAR Tailgate 250 at Daytona, the NOSSCAR Tailgate Truck Series, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the NOSSCAR Series Racing YouTube channel. Expecting about 25, 26 trucks for that event. And a great crowd here for this one as well. 24 cars started this one. 60-lap event. And 22 cars still left on the racetrack. All 22 on the lead lap. Now the 54 of Jordan Roughton gets shuffled at a line, but it looks like Josh Colm-Diaz gave him a spot in line. I think the driver at the 7 lifted a little bit, let him back in line. Josh Colm-Diaz, one of the most successful drivers in NOSSCAR on the NASCAR Heat games. 2021 NOSSCAR Legends Series champion. Many wins in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series, MotorMaster Series, and Tailgate Truck Series. Makes the Final Four nearly every season. Looking to do the same thing here in the MotorMaster Series. He has announced for 2025 he will not be entering the Truck Series at all. He might make a couple of starts here and there, but he's going to focus and shift his focus over to Platinum Cup and the MotorMaster Series. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. right there as well. Rush Downing in the 44 right behind him. Rush, a former NOSSCAR Outlaw Series race winner on Wreckfest with us. Oh, and he went a little bit too low going into turn 3, talking about Rush in that 44 car. Came back up onto the racetrack because he was down on the apron. And he came back up onto the track into the side of Kenny Adair in the 94. Now Kenny is going to lose the graph with the lead group. And Rush Downing in the 44 is going to do the same. And that's a shame. That is a heartbreaking situation because pretty much everybody in that second pack is now going to need a caution to catch back up. But the more cars that drop out of the lead pack and fall back into the clutches of the second group, that's going to help that second group, and it's going to weaken the front pack. The less cars the lead pack has and the more cars the second group has, it might equalize out if a couple more lose the draft here in this lead group and then fall back to the second group. They might run them down if that happens a few more times. And now it's getting dicey at the front. Jordan Roughton in the 54 with help from Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7. They jumped out to the outside. And now Josh thinks better of it, gets back in line. They both found a spot back in line. The top 10 have separated themselves from the rest of the field. Now, whoa, the 6 car went down below the yellow line, and I think he recognized the mistake he had just made, and he lifted and let him back up in line. And forgive me, folks, 11 cars in this lead group. They're also bunched close together here. Wasn't quite sure there for a moment. There's Dustin Franklin in the 90. He has actually lost the draft with the second group of cars, as has Trey Hollywood in the 36 car, our pole sitter. And stage 1 winner as well. Trey Hollywood, one of our super speedway specialists, we like to call him.
I think the 44 car just passed the 18 on the apron.
Okay, thank you for letting us know. I'm going to mark that down here. I have a notepad here for things like this. And if you think you can clip it, go on ahead and do that. If not, don't worry about it whatsoever. I'd rather you keep it in one piece. Connor Bullhue continues to lead. The defending MotorMaster Series champion, Aaron Garcia, hot on his heels here in the number 39. 21 career wins for Aaron Garcia here in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. That is second all-time, 5 behind the great Matt Smith. "14 wins for Aaron last year in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series, 36 race season. Very impressive numbers. Record-breaking numbers. And the second group being led now by the former NASCAR Novice Cup Series champion, Alex Tesdall, throwing it over to the in-race reporter. Alex, how many laps to go? Do you think you guys can rally back from this?
We've got 16 to go, and I don't know. Like, we've got a lot of speed and a lot of cars behind, but I think the gap might be too big without a yellow.
I think you're right, to be honest with you. I just wanted to hear your opinion on it and hear how confident you were. I know you've been in what feels like dozens and dozens and dozens of these NASCAR Super Speedway events, especially the Crown Jewel events is where you shine the most. Good luck to you the rest of the way, but we're looking to need a caution. While I've got you here still, actually, are we going to need to pit before the end of the race?
Yeah, we will have to make one pit stop. It's likely going to be a 2-tire stop.
10-4, thank you. And that might shake things up as well. A couple of cars might fall back and lose that lead pack, especially if they don't enter and exit pit road properly. Some pit road speeding penalties would certainly shake things up here with 15 to go when they hit the line. Thank you, Alex, for the update. It's got the former truck champion from 2018 all over his back bumper, pushing him through the corners even. This second group is not playing around. They are really trying their best to catch up to this lead pack.
We're inching on them, but I don't think we got the time, man.
I don't know either. This is going to be interesting to watch. And the one car is on pit road. Sean Lucas is the first amongst the leaders to come in for scheduled service.
You might have to beat us on pit strategy.
And if any of these drivers have the broadcast beside them while they're racing, they might have heard me talk about pit stops and pit strategy. And if that's the case, well, Sean Lucas was the first one to respond. And the only thing is, he pit by himself. So unless he comes out and is able to merge into another group, he's going to be losing time. He just merged onto the track. And he appears to be on his own. And now Alan Richardson comes to pit road. He wasn't the only one. The 11 car of Dave Marks Jr. on pit road as well. Emily Sari just came off of pit road in the number 8 Chevy Camaro. There's Dave in the 11 getting serviced right now. Looking like it's 2 tires and a half a can of fuel. Actually, it looks more like a full can of fuel for Dave. This is the lead pack here. Connor Bullhue continues to lead. He's led the most laps in tonight's NASCAR Daytona 300. Alan Richardson safely merges back onto the racetrack. He's not going to be in the draft with the leaders. He's going to need to find a dance partner. That's the risk you take if you pit too soon, because you don't know if anyone's going to go with you, and if they don't, you're a bit of a sitting duck. A lot of these drivers are going to need a caution to get back into this race and have a chance to win, but some of them don't want to see a caution right at this particular moment because they've already made a pit stop and they would be trapped 1 lap down. I guess they would be able to take a wave around, but they would need every lead lap car to come to pit road in order to get that lap back. And KJ is not playing around. Jordan Roughton in the 54, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61, teammates at Juicy J Motorsports. They were working together there on the outside line trying to trying to make a couple of passes and maybe go on up there and take the lead. It's been tough to get enough cars and get a big enough run of momentum to challenge. Connor Bullhue in the 92. The inside line is working great for him. Aaron Garcia right there, tucked in behind the back bumper and hasn't left. Aiden Cody, Landon Jenkins, third and fourth. Harold Burden in the 85 car runs in fifth. They're all doing a great job. Josh Colm-Diaz runs in sixth. KJ in seventh. Gordon Roughton runs in eighth. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. scored in ninth. And Connor Brown in the sixth rounds out the top 10. Agent 25 driving the 19 car runs in 11th. That is everyone up here in this lead group. That's your front pack battling for the NASCAR Daytona 300 win. And unless we see a caution, I really don't think anyone outside of this top 11 group is going to have a chance. We're running at a time. We don't have many laps left. And it's going to take a miracle for somebody to drive up here and challenge this group. So all the cars you see in your frame, folks, if you're watching at home, pick a favorite and cheer them on, because they're trying to go win this thing. They're trying to become a NASCAR Daytona 300 winner. Guaranteed a first-time NASCAR Daytona 300 winner. No former winners in tonight's field. Slade Gravitt in 2018. Jade Burr back-to-back 2019 and 2020. Kevin Tattersall in 2021. Matt Smith 2022. And last year, Charles Jackson in the 08 Chevy. That is your list of NASCAR Daytona 300 winners, and we're going to crown another one here, a first-timer here tonight to kick off the 2024 season.
94 car crash going into the pits.
And we're getting word here, Kenny Adair. Yeah, you're right, some front-end damage, mostly to the left front there for the driver of the 94, the 2018 NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series champion. Started with us back on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition on pit road for service. It was a scheduled pit stop to begin with, but now he's going to have some damage to deal with for the rest of this race, because if I'm not mistaken, it didn't appear that he spent any extra time at all on pit road to repair damage that he suffered. You can see some of the paint is gone right below where the hood pins are. Maybe they did spend a little bit of time repairing it, I'm not sure, but you can see some paint is gone there, so maybe they didn't.
I got a black flag. Speeding on pit road.
And more pit stops, and we're getting word Aiden Cody, one of the drivers up there in the top 5 in the 16 car, got a pit road speeding penalty coming to pit road. That's going to end his chances of trying to win the Daytona 300. He's going to have to recover from this. He might need a caution. The lead pack all came to pit road. We're watching them merge back onto the racetrack in turn 1. Connor Bullhue, Landon Jenkins, 1-2. And it looks like it's Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Josh Colm-Diaz, and Aaron Garcia that are going to be running 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Now, this is when everything cycles through, mind you. I think a couple of cars have not been to pit road just yet.
92 is marked as the leader, so everything has cycled.
Oh, you're right. Okay, 10-4. See, this is why I've got some experts here with me in the broadcast booth. This is why I've got in-race reporters, and I'd like to once again thank Aiden Cody and Alex Tesdorf for coming in here. It's not easy, because you got to listen to me talk the entire time, and they've got to keep their cool through some really clutch situations. And when you're at a place like Daytona, when it's a crown jewel event, when 24 cars are on the track, that's just not easy to do. So thank you to both of you for doing this.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no problem.
And while I've got your attention, and it won't be too much of a surprise to throw it over to you, how many laps do we have to go? I know it's about 10 or maybe even 8.
Coming to 5 next time by.
Well, I've got to ask. They click off quickly here, folks. At the line, 5 laps to go. Sponsored by NASCAR. We don't have a Credit One Bank deal. Connor Bullhue leads. Landon Jenkins runs in second. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in third. Josh Colombiez, Agent 25, fourth and fifth. Now, Connor Bullhue has a win here in the MotorMaster Series. No crown jewels, though. He would love to get this win. Actually, now that I'm looking at my records here, folks, the win that I'm thinking of for Connor is actually a win that he was able to accomplish in the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series. So this is him chasing career win number 1 here in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. This is not going for the second win. I'm thinking of a victory he achieved in the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series. It took quite a few starts to get one there, and he finally did. And now he's looking to finally get one here in the MotorMaster Series as well. They're coming out of turn 4 right now. At the line, it's going to be 3 laps to go. Landon Jenkins, the 2-time world champion, and the 2023 NASCAR Legend Series champion, right there, all over the back bumper. I was going to start asking you guys and the viewers at home, when do we see these drivers make the move? And if you're deeper in this lead pack, I don't think you can wait as long as someone like Jeffrey Robinson Jr. or Landon Jenkins, who runs second or third. And now we're seeing Jeffrey Robinson Jr. lift and get a gap, and he's going to try to make that monster run. But it's too late. Josh Colombiez made a monster move before Jeffrey was able to. Jeffrey went to the outside to block. Josh went to the inside, crossed him right over. He's going to take the third place spot. He had a big run coming to the back bumper of Landon Jenkins, decided to not use it, and he stays tucked in line. 2 laps to go. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2 to go, right?
Yeah,
yes.
Awesome, thank you. I just don't want to make a big mistake in round 1 of the year. This is a biggie here. Oh, and we got a crash. The 54, Jordan Roughton, takes out Jeffrey Robinson Jr. This was on the back straightaway. Jeffrey is spun near the inside wall. It's not going to bring out a caution, and Jeffrey is a very experienced driver. He's not going to just drive it back onto the track on the back straightaway and cause a crash now. He'll have plenty of control of his car. It's a heartbreaking situation for him. White flag is in the air. And this causes Jordan Roughton to lose the draft with the leaders. The top 6 have separated themselves from the rest of the field. It's come down to this. It's come down to these 6 drivers. Connor Bullhue's got the lead. Landon Jenkins looking right, looking left. He's trying everything he can. And now here comes Josh Colombiez on the outside, getting a push from Agent 25 in the 19 and the 07 car. Out of 4, 3 on the outside, 3 on the inside. The 92 blocks inside, blocks outside, and he is going to win. Connor Bullhue wins the 7th annual NASCAR Daytona 300, holding off Landon Jenkins and Josh Colombiez to do it. Career win number 1 for him in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. And he had to hold off 2 former NASCAR Legend Series champions and a former Platinum Cup champion, former MotorMaster champion in Aaron Garcia to do it. And a couple of new faces right up there in the mix. Agent 25 in the 19, Slinky in the 07. They're going to finish 5th and 6th. What a race and what a finish. That was an amazing run to the finish. You can see what they were trying to plan and what they were trying to do. Josh Colombiez jumped to the outside. He had help, but we saw all day, all night, that the inside line was by far the preferred groove, and we knew it was going to take a lot for the outside line to prevail. They gave it a good shot, and it certainly got Connor Bullhugh's attention. He pulled the car up to block them. He had to make that number 92 car as wide as humanly possible. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to the rest of the drivers who finished up there and had a strong run. Throwing it over to in-race reporter Alex Tesdall. Alex, sum up your race for us. Tell us how it was from your perspective out there.
For me, it was very up and down. I never quite got into the lead group. It was so hard to make up ground. And, you know, normally I have no problem making my way through the field in these super speedways. But today, I kept getting stalled out and never quite made it. And got stuck in the second group. But
yeah, normally you're one
season, not too bad.
Yeah, normally you're one of the favorites to win these crown jewel events to open the season every year up there. And we just saw a totally different vibe out there, totally unexpected and different challenges than years in the past. What were some of those challenges, do you think? I think I asked you this during the race as well.
Yeah, a lot of these new guys, gotta give them credit. They're talented, aggressive drivers, and I just couldn't make up the ground like I'm used to doing.
Yeah, it was a wild one out there, but you did great. Nevertheless, congratulations on a pretty strong start to the season. Better than getting skunked, my friend. Good job out there.
Thank you.
Throwing it over to Aiden Cody. How did it all unfold from your perspective, buddy? You spent a lot of time up there until the speeding penalty near the end.
Yeah. I was coming down pit road and I didn't look at my whatever that thing is called, speedometer, and I was like tapping the brakes, and next thing you know, speeding penalty.
And it's one of the most gut-wrenching pains you can feel during an NOSSCAR race, especially in the final stage, final pit stop of the race, especially at a super speedway, and you've got the draft and you've got a shot at the win. So I totally understand how you feel, because I have been in that exact spot. Good run out there. You showed great speed, and we'll see you in a few weeks when we return. And we're gonna, if you see a blue screen or a black screen, I can't remember what color it is on the viewer screens at home. If you see a screen like this for a couple of seconds, it's simply because we are inviting tonight's race winner in here for a victory lane interview. Don't go anywhere, folks. Driver of the 92, Connor Bullhugh, will be in here in just a moment.
Hey, confetti.
And we are being joined now by the 7th annual NASCAR Daytona 300 winner. Hopefully he's got his voice settings set to always be heard, so the viewers at home can hear the celebration here. Connor Bullhugh, folks, picks up that very first NASCAR MotorMaster Series win to go along with his Platinum Cup win and his many other wins. And I'm sure it's the first of many here. Very talented driver, very good poise, and very good patience out there, and very good decision making as well. Great track position for you all night, Connor, and you were able to cap it all off, keep it up there and park it in victory lane. Tell us what's going through your mind right now. How were you able to do that? How were you able to hold off Josh Colm-Diaz and Landon Jenkins the way you did?
Well, I knew they were going to try to back up to each other, and I just let off with them. It's a pretty simple but smart trick. I knew they were going to have a huge run, so all I needed to do was block. It got real scary off of 4 because I don't know who was behind me, but they backed off, so I had to go from the top then back to the bottom. So, yeah, it was pretty crazy.
I was asking Alex Tesdall, one of our in-race reporters, this. What do you think were some of the biggest challenges in tonight's race? We saw a lot of drivers that normally dominate at the super speedways, like Trey Hollywood, Alex Tesdall, and many others. I wouldn't say struggle, but just simply not have the track position and the showing that they normally do in the past. What were some of the biggest challenges out there tonight?
Yeah, definitely track position and just finding the right people to push or be pushed with. Like I was rolling with Jordan or PC Panthers there for a bit, and that was fun. Then I had, I think, Black Cross behind me for a bit, and then at the end, I had some good pushes, especially on the last lap, and I was side by side with the 7. So, yeah, it's just a game of track position who you can work with.
So you just got your first career NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series win in a crown jewel event at Daytona, and you had to hold off 3 former NOSSCAR champions to do it. Former MotorMaster champion Aaron Garcia and 2 former NOSSCAR Legend Series champions Landon Jenkins and Landon Jenkins and Josh Colm Diaz, rather. I apologize. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. is also a former NOSSCAR champion as well. You held off some of the very best here tonight for this win. What are your expectations for the rest of the 2024 season here in the Xfinity cars, especially after this amazing start?
Well, I think that was just the first of what's to come. You know, we tried to make a statement. I think it's not crazy to think we can't go for the championship this season.
I certainly don't think it's crazy at all, especially from what I've seen out of your mile-and-a-half program, short track. Like, you're a well-scouted driver here and a well-touted driver here in NOSSCAR. Congratulations on the big win here tonight, and we wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Yeah, thank you.
And that was Connor Bullhue, folks, driver the number 92 Chevy Camaro for Hollywood Racing. What a race, man. What a finish. It always is. I can't sit here and say that I'm surprised. Every year we run the NOSSCAR Daytona 300 and the Tailgate 250 at Daytona in the trucks in December, and it's always a wild and amazing show. Everyone brings their A game, wants to start the season strong, and wants to win the crown jewel event. Tonight, it belongs to Connor Bullhue. And if you had him in your NOSSCAR pool or your NOSSCAR fantasy picks, you're a big winner here tonight, because I'm sure not many did. And it's not a knock against Connor. It's simply because he's a new driver. He hasn't built that resume yet, hasn't captured the attention of the fans and drivers quite yet in terms of frequently winning and frequently being a factor for these wins. But I'm sure that this was a huge step towards that. Has a Platinum Cup win and now has an NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series win, and it's a big one, folks, the biggest one, the Daytona 300. And that's going to do it, folks, from all of us here at NOSSCAR. That includes myself, that includes Aiden Cody and Alex Tesdahl, our in-race reporters for tonight. I am NOSSCAR CEO and founder. This has been the 7th annual NOSSCAR Daytona 300 and NASCAR Heat 5. Enjoy the rest of your night and take care.